Hi guys, just a little bit of an update on a couple of the blasters I've made. These are all metal blasters. Got a Han Solo, a New Hope. I know it's got the incorrect flash hider on it. This is a Luke Skywalker one, but it's what I had at the time. But yeah, it's based on a Denix, which I got for about 65 quid, all metal. Basically I had to make the scope bracket myself. Just had some aluminium, quite thick, so I thought it'd look a bit better if it was chunky. Made the spacer in there as well, that's metal, and I had the knurled nut, just had that hang around and it was pretty much right. But made the scope as well, that was from scratch, so I wanted it to be pretty much as all metal as I could get. So the bands, the main scope bit, I've got some aluminium. I made a funnel sort of shape and attached that. Used washers and bits and pieces just to get it right, but I'm quite happy with the mount and how the scope's come out. It's got lenses in it and crosshairs. Just going to make a ring just to go in the end of the scope just to tidy that up. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but had the end engraved with telescope M19 like what it had on the original, and stock number I had TK421 put on there for the only named Stormtrooper. But yeah, there you go, there's my Han Solo Empire Strikes Back DL44. Nice weight to it. It's still got the original plastic grips that come with the Denix. The motor coil, that's all metal. The only bit that I'm going to upgrade at some point will be the cylinder. That's just a resin cast. But I've seen one on eBay for about 30 odd quid in CNC'd aluminium, so I'll upgrade that at some point. Just rubbed it back around the edges just to age it a little bit. The action still works, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Weighs just over £3. So it's got a nice weight and it just feels nice being all metal. The first metal blaster I made was an E11 from New Hope. Basically there's only a couple of bits on here that aren't metal. That's this actual grip section. There, that was a doopy-doos resin E11 handle, but I cut most of it away. So all you actually have left is the actual handle itself. Everything else, the selector, the whole trigger plate, all around here, all that is metal, as you can see. It's all shaped. I built it up in layers, basically sheet aluminium. Got it to the right shape. Did have the fire selector switch plate engraved as well, but yeah, there was just no way I could make the grip out of metal, so I've replaced the screws with metal screws. That's a brass cap. The only other bits that aren't metal are the actual barrel fins, the T-track, but everything else is metal. Barrel tips, sight housing, the whole stock section. I was originally going to do it so it could open out into an actual stock, but it just got a bit too fiddly, but all the bits are actually in there for it to open. Yeah, that's just simple aluminium, triggers all metal, got a spring inside as well, just to make it a little different. Obviously sling swivels are there. The magazine and magazine housing, that's all metal. So I just wanted to make it all metal just so there's a real good weight to it. The Hengsler counter, same again, all metal, all made from scratch. Built it up in layers. Just put some random numbers in there. Cylinders, same again, metal. And I had the magazine housing engraved with what it would have had on the original, but same again, number TK421. Just thought it was a nice little touch. But yeah, they're all metal, that's all metal. Scope again, all metal with a lens, although it does show upside down. Rear sight, which is movable. Rear sling swivel, which I've aged a bit, as this bit was steel. I've aged it with some vinegar and some salt just to get it a little bit rusty rather than having to use paint. The only thing I bought was the scope mount and the grip, which, like I said, I cut most of it away, so all this section is all metal. Obviously couldn't make a scope mount for it, so I just bought one of those, made the scope up, put the lenses in, added the various screws in for detail, all the brass in there. But yeah, now this has got a nice weight. It's just over, I think it's about £4.5 this weighs. So I have trooped with it, with the MK Garrison. It's not as heavy as the Master replicas, but nowhere near as light as a resin or pipe blaster. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Same again, I've aged all that up a little bit. But yeah, it's virtually 100% Metal E11, hell of a lot cheaper than a Master replicas, but it did take me a while to make. My next project will be a New Hope Han Solo DL44 with the longer scope, different scope mount, brackets, etc. Different muzzle hider, flash hider. But yeah, that's where we are, and maybe after that I'd like to go for one of the heavy blasters that the Sand Troopers used. But yeah, there you go, and hope you've enjoyed this little video.